Hey guys, this is Spartacus here, and not too long ago I uploaded a video talking about how nobody seems to be hyped for Vanguard because the game is literally going to be coming out in about a week, and it just doesn't seem like anybody is talking about it online for some reason. Well, that has completely changed because we just got ourselves a boatload of official information regarding changes to Vanguard's multiplayer to help improve the multiplayer experience, as well as the name of every map that's going to be there at launch, including the progression system for the operators, which we've heard a little bit about, but now we kind of have a better idea of what it's going to be. And then of course we have more information regarding Warzone Pacific, which of course is going to be taking place on the new map Caldera. I believe that's how you say it. I'm going to be screwing up on a lot of names in this video, so just be prepared, and there's actually a lot to go over, so let's just jump right into it. Starting off with the multiplayer maps here, and by the way, I'm probably going to pronounce some of these names wrong, so I apologize, but the first map we have is Battle of Berlin, the next map is Bokage, the next map is Castle, which of course is a remake map from World at War, so it's cool to see it come back. The next map is called Das Haus, the next map is Decoy, the next map is Demiansk, I believe that's how you pronounce the name, but I believe this was a word they used that pretty much called German soldiers, if I'm not mistaken. The next map is Desert Siege, the next map is Dome, and this is not Dome from Modern Warfare 3, this is Dome from World at War. This is really cool to see it come back, and by the way, you guys, Dome is a small map, so if you've never played on this map before, just be prepared. It might be a lot like Shipment, where it's going to be very chaotic, so it's going to be very interesting how it's going to play out in this game. And then the next map we have is Eagle's Nest. We saw this in the beta, and then the next map is Gavutu. Also, we have seen this in the beta. Same with Hotel Royal, which is the next map. And then the next map after that is Numa Numa. This was a map that was actually leaked a long time ago based on some credible leakers. Actually, a lot of the maps in this list were mentioned from a lot of the leaks we've heard already, but Numa Numa is this next map. And then, of course, we have the one after it, which is called Oasis. And no, this is not the same Oasis from Modern Warfare 3's DLC. I really wish that Oasis would come back. That was such a good map in that game. This is a completely different map, so Oasis is another one. The next map is Red Star, also seen in the beta. And then we also have Subpen, which is quite interesting because I believe there was a map called Subpen in World at War, but from the sounds of it, this may actually be a its own independent map. It doesn't say that it's actually a remade map from World at War, so it's very possible this is just a completely new map, something we never tried before, but it does look a lot like Subpen from World at War, so I mean, I don't know, we'll have to wait until we get our hands on it. And then the next map we have is Tuscan, and that's actually all of the 16 core multiplayer maps. Of course, there's supposed to be 20 at launch. The other 4 are Champion Hill maps, which we pretty much already experienced during the beta. But an extra map that I haven't mentioned is Shipment. This is going to be returning on November 17th. This is kind of like another addition that they're adding to the game before Season 1 actually comes out. And so this version of Shipment looks a lot different than the Modern Warfare Shipment. It seems like they're kind of going with the same style where you can basically kind of go up into more, I guess, verticality, you know, because they have some open containers that are above the bottom containers. And so it looks like you can kind of climb on top of them and I guess shoot enemies from up there and stuff like that. It also looks like in the middle there's an open container there. It's instead of just having a space between the containers, they put another container there that you can walk through. So we'll have to see how this Shipment plays out. I really wish they would have just gave us the Shipment from World War II. It would have been, for one thing, really easy on their part to actually just copy and paste it into Vanguard. But secondly, the World War II Shipment played extremely well. The spawn killing was not unfair in that game mode, in my opinion, when it came back during World War II's Call of Duty game. But you know, Shipment in Modern Warfare 2019 was absolutely atrocious. It was absolutely super chaotic, too chaotic in my opinion, whereas World War II Shipment felt more controlled, and so I'm a little concerned that the same thing is going to be said here with Vanguard, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I don't really like it when they bring maps back and then make layout changes, but either way, that's all the maps for Vanguard. The next thing I want to talk about is that there are going to be unique camo challenges for zombies and in multiplayer, just like we see with Black Ops Cold War, so you can unlock camos in zombies for an STG, and then you can unlock different camos in multiplayer using STG as well, which is really cool to see. So I wonder what the equivalent equivalent of gold camo is going to be in zombies, or dark matter for that case. That would be really interesting. But the biggest thing that is amazing to see, and I am so excited to actually say this, but we do have operator XP, right? So that means each operator, when you play as them, you can earn XP towards that character, and you can unlock more outfits and different things for that character itself, and then eventually you can actually unlock a gold outfit for that character, just like we've seen with hero gear back in Black Ops 3 and in Infinite Warfare. We have not seen something like this in quite some time now, so seeing how we can unlock gold gear again in Call of Duty is freaking amazing. I loved that back in Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare. I am so happy they're bringing this back, and what's really cool about this image that we see, we can clearly see in the third image that this character has like some gold, like, you know, kind of like, I don't know, stripes on his, like, you know, outfit, and so indicating that there's a gold outfit for that character. But what's really interesting, the outfit after him kind of looks like a platinum outfit, or in my case it kind of looks more silver than platinum, but or maybe it's chrome outfit or something like that. So it's really cool to see that maybe that looks like there's a very good chance that if we get gold outfits for each of our operators, we will eventually unlock another outfit for our characters that's like chrome or platinum or something like that, which and the mask part just looks really cool for this character that we see here. So yeah, that is absolutely amazing. I am so happy they're bringing this back, and I cannot wait to actually grind this game when it comes out. Another thing that I should bring up is clans that are coming to Vanguard. Of course, this is going to be a unified thing that we see within Warzone and in Vanguard, and so what's really cool about clans is that you can earn clan XP to earn exclusive rewards for your clan, and of course show off a custom emblem representing your clan as well, which I think is awesome that they're doing something like that. And of course, the actual progression system, like the main progression system when it comes to ranking up and stuff like that, the max level is 55, and then we're going to be seeing the same thing we saw with Cold War, where we're going to have a seasonal ranking prestige system. So we're going to be getting like 3 or 4 prestiges every, I guess, season, and then of course we can progress through that, and it looks like it's going to be exactly the same as Cold War, which is really cool. One thing that I don't see here is actual seasonal challenges, but it does look like that if we are getting a same ranking system that we see with Cold War, and how you can like get new prestiges each season and stuff like that, I am assuming we are going to get seasonal challenges, and of course if you complete all of them, then you get a calling card. I'm just really hoping they go with the same route to where you actually can, I guess, complete those challenges in future seasons. You're not restricted to complete them in that particular season, so hopefully that does happen. But either way, let's move on here. So now let's get into all the changes that Sledgehammer Games made for Vanguard's multiplayer, and I'm just going to read the list, you guys. I'm not really going to provide my feedback too much, so let's get right into it. So distortion effects were removed from muzzle flash, and we reduced smoke emitted when firing a weapon. This is awesome. Distortion was something I was really concerned about, and I'm glad that they actually permanently removed it. If you're someone like me who only played for weekend 2 of the beta, then we actually didn't see this distortion effect. They purposely removed it just to kind of test out to see what players thought, and sure enough, they did permanently remove it. That is awesome. The next thing they did is completed a pass on muzzle flash placement / coverage when aiming down sights, VFX of environment and ambient placement for better sight lines, removed the droplets of water that get all up in your face when it rains. Okay, that's interesting. Various bugs have been fixed, including a bug where certain optics would stop enemy and friendly HUD icons from displaying while ADSing, and this is something that I actually experienced with, so that's cool that they fixed it. We fixed cases of name tags appearing through destruction. Good, that was definitely a huge deal in the beta because people were able to pretty much easily wallbang people because of that. Lens flares reduced across all maps, and in quotes, or not in quotes, but in parentheses, they say we nerfed the sun, so that's cool. And then of course they said that they were going to continue to refine the VFX, lighting, and UI into launch and monitor player feedback, and so yeah, that's really cool to see that all that kind of quality improvements have been made to the game. And then we're going over to audio. So audio received a complete mixing and content overhaul to address community feedback from the public beta, including more audible footsteps, player and non-player weapons, and map environment content. So footsteps are silent when players ADS, crouch walk, or have a perk / field upgrade equipped, which silences movement. So that is quite interesting. This is something that we pretty much saw with Modern Warfare and I guess in Warzone, where if you are crouching and if you're ADSing, then your movement is basically silent, and they brought that into Vanguard, which I think is a good thing. And they fixed a bug that causes shots after the first shot to be too quiet, so that's an interesting bug that they fixed. Operator quips occur less frequently. I'm not quite sure what they meant by that. Asked Butcher to chill out. VO lines are less frequent. Okay, so this is something, when they say VO lines, I mean voice over line. So it's like basically when you're like getting a double kill, the Butcher would be like, oh, double kill and stuff like that. So they said that they're less frequent. I don't know if it's still like that when you get double kills and triple kills and stuff like that. I guess we'll have to wait and see. And then with spawns, a bug resulting in unpredictable spawns in Patrol has been fixed, as well as general tuning of spawn logic globally. This is great because spawns were really bad in that game mode. We will continue to refine spawn logic over time, and so yeah, they're just gonna like look it over once the game does officially come out. And then the next thing they have is movement. Grenades and incendiaries no longer slow movement speed of players. That is really good to hear. This is something that irritates the crap out of me in Call of Duty. Like every time I am like running away from somebody and like an explosion just happens to go off randomly, like it forces me to stop sprinting and I can't get away from an enemy player. So that's really cool that it doesn't slow down your movement speed when an explosion or incendiary goes off on you. That is awesome. A cap has been placed on max suppression effects. I guess that's a good thing. Changes have been made to animation times, including weapon swap speeds and throwing of equipment. So like example is a gammon bomb can be thrown more quickly. I think that's great. A gammon bomb should be thrown more quickly since you can't get a one-hit kill with it anyway. And then sprint out times have been sped up and rebalanced. That is great because especially using things like the tac rifles or the light machine guns, sprint out times were atrocious and it was very hard to kill someone or at least have a chance at a close quarter situation. And then they have a dev tip here. It says Dauntless, a perk that players didn't have access to in the beta, makes players immune to movement reducing effects. So that is kind of cool to see that they introduced that here in the blog post. And then let's go on to weapons. So shotgun lethality has been improved. Thank goodness those things were pea shooters. Like there was some times where I would actually kind of go off on them and kind of figure out how to use them properly, but thank goodness their lethality has been improved. Those things were really hard to use. And then they said effective range of most shotguns, SMGs, and pistols have been reduced, so that's quite interesting. And then hip fire spread has been adjusted on most guns. That's, I guess, good to hear. And then it also says trade-offs on barrels, magazines, and stocks have been reduced. Ammo types were balanced to introduce more trade-offs. Squashed bugs affecting weapon progression. I almost said prestiging there. Weapon progression and detailed stats. And then there's a couple more dev tips here. They say Vanguard's version of the smoke grenade works differently than previous games. You're fully hidden from distant enemies, but can be seen at closer ranges, allowing you to close the distance between you and the enemy and hunt them down with close quarter combat builds. So that is quite interesting. I'm glad they mentioned that before the game actually came out. And then they said try setting your mount options to use ADS rather than ADS plus melee. It's not for everyone, but it's a powerful way to become more accurate in an instant while staying out of harm's way. It can be combined with blind fire or some great results. So for some great results. So that's pretty interesting. And then with kill streaks and field upgrades, friendly spy planes and counter spy planes will no longer appear overhead. This will be perfect when I'm going for rocket launcher challenges, because if I can see my own friendly enemies or friendly spy planes and friendly counter spy planes, I'll get confused and think it's an enemy one, and I'll be really confused why it didn't blow up and stuff like that. Thank goodness. So now when you're playing multiplayer, you're only going to be seeing enemy spy planes and enemy counter spy planes when looking up in the air and going for those rocket launcher challenges. That is awesome. It also says spy planes and counter spy planes move slower and are easier to hit, so that's also great to hear. Counter spy planes have a shorter duration. I think that's great. It seemed like they were really overused a lot in the beta. Health has been reduced on spy planes, counter spy planes, in most place. Field upgrades, good. I'm glad field upgrades got reduced health, because it seemed like those field mics took like 5 bullets, where like in Black Ops Cold War they take like 1 bullet, so I never really understood that. And then the Death Machine and War Machine have swapped cost, which is quite interesting, so we'll have to see how that turns out. Glide Bomb is easier to control, thank goodness. On PC anyway, or at least when you use a mouse and keyboard, controlling the Glide Bomb was nearly impossible. Controller, it was easy, but Glide Bomb on PC, you guys, or mouse and keyboard, was just extremely difficult, so that's good to hear. A max timer has been added to the radar jammer and field mic upgrades, that's cool. Bugs resulting in graphical corruption of the attack dogs has been fixed, so no more dognadoes, unfortunately, for us who like that. And then low profile profile has been removed and replaced with Ninja. Holy smokes, you guys. I cannot tell you how happy I am that Dead Silence, or in this case Ninja, is a perk in Vanguard. This is something that needs to be a staple in Call of Duty. Modern Warfare did the wrong thing and added Dead Silence as a field upgrade instead of a perk, and obviously now audio is going to make it to where footsteps are louder now, and so now they've also introduced Dead Silence as a perk, which is perfect. This is perfect. So if I die because I'm not running Dead Silence and the enemy heard my footsteps, that's really on me for not running Dead Silence. So I am so happy it's in the game. Thank you so much, Caldera Games. I cannot thank you enough for this. Now it's time to move on to the Warzone part of the video. So starting on November 18th, there's going to be a new game mode called Operation Flashback, where you're able to basically play Verdansk for the very last time. They're basically going to be creating it as like kind of like a dedication to the Call of Duty community, for basically thanking them for playing Warzone for all this time and kind of giving, I guess, Verdansk one last hurrah. I'm not going to really go into like details about the Operation Flashback. There really isn't much to say. If you do participate in this event, then you do get an emblem for participating, and you get an animated calling card if you get a victory in this game mode. So that's really cool to see. And so like I said, it starts on November 18th and it's giving basically Verdansk one last hurrah before the new map comes out. And so now it's time to talk about the new Warzone Pacific map called Caldera. Now the unfortunate part about this new Warzone map, they didn't really give out like so many details about the map itself, but of course it is a brand new map. It's called Caldera, and based on the images that I'm going to be showing you guys, it looks like you can maybe swim. Maybe it doesn't show any operators in the water, but like we cannot swim right now in Warzone, and if we can swim in this new map with this new update, that will be absolutely amazing, because for some reason I just love underwater combat. I love how you can swim in Call of Duty games ever since they introduced it in Black Ops 3. I just think it can be a real good gameplay element to add in a battle royale game, especially with Warzone. And so seeing that there's like you know, rivers and waterfalls and stuff like that, or rapids for that case, on this map gives me hope that there is going to be swimming in this game, which gives me so excited. And of course there's going to be planes. We are going to be able to fight planes and do some dog fighting. That's absolutely crazy. And what's even crazier, there's going to be AA guns to basically help take down these planes that people are flying, and hopefully it doesn't take them out too quickly, like especially when you're flying the plane. Hopefully you have like at least a chance to jump out before you actually get blown up. That would be really nice. But seeing that there can be dog fighting, that there's AA guns to shoot them down, there's also going to be a AA gun turret truck in the game as well, not just stationary turrets that you can shoot down planes with. So yeah, there's gonna be multiple ways to take down planes. It'll be really cool to see people snipe people out of planes. That will be real badass. I can't wait to see clips of that. But yeah, this Caldera map looks fantastic. I can already tell you guys, this map looks way better than Verdansk. For some reason, I am just a huge like nerd when it comes to like, I guess, Pacific Island maps, you know. I'm not a nerd, but like I'm really into that kind of stuff. Like I really like how colorful it looks. I like how it's a completely different environment, and the map doesn't look boring at all. They said there was going to be like over 200 points of interest on this map, and so I'm not sure if it's going to be bigger than Verdansk, but either way, it does look like the map's going to be a lot more unique than compared to Verdansk, because Verdansk kind of used the same buildings in a lot of the same in a lot of different locations, you know. And so either way, I am really excited for this map to come out. And by the way, Rebirth Island is staying, which is really cool to see. So if you're someone who loves to play Resurgence all the time, then good for you, because Rebirth Island is staying. And when Verdansk is gone, because I guess there's going to be some sort of event where I guess Verdansk is going to blow up or something like that, Rebirth Island is going to stay there. And if you're somebody who did pre-order Vanguard, you're going to get access to the new Warzone Pacific Caldera map 24 hours early before it's officially released to everybody. So that's really cool to see. And of course, during that 24 hours, everyone who's basically playing the new Caldera map has pre-ordered Vanguard, where everyone else who didn't pre-order Vanguard is stuck with Rebirth Island. And so it's only going to be for one day though. And so I think that's really a cool way to actually actually get people to, I guess, pre-order Vanguard, even though, you know, you're only gonna be playing the map like one day earlier than everybody. But either way, that is pretty much everything I wanted to say in this video. Obviously, I talked about like the Ricochet anti-cheat a little bit, and there's a lot of other stuff I didn't really mention in this video either, but I've pretty much covered the meat and greets, and I don't even know what I'm saying right now, but yeah, I pretty much covered all the important stuff that you guys need to know about Vanguard and of course in Warzone. And all I can say is that I am really happy that they announced all this stuff, and they kind of just threw it all at once. I kind of wish they would do a little bits by bits, and it'll be a lot easier for me to kind of like take it all in at once, you know. But either way, this gets me a lot more excited for Vanguard. Seeing the positive changes that they made to multiplayer gives me hope that I'm going to enjoy this game, and I can already tell you that this game is just a much better improvement than what we saw with Modern Warfare 2019, and I hope Infinity Ward takes what Sledgehammer Games is doing and they listen to the community, because we wanted Dead Silence, or Ninja in this case, to be a perk, so I'm really happy they did that. And so guys, I am so excited, and I'm literally like cannot wait to grind this game and make content for you guys. I am so excited for this, and of course I've been playing a lot of Warzone recently, so I'm very excited for the map. Oh my goodness, it feels good to be excited for a Call of Duty game again. I'm gonna be honest, it feels really good to be excited, and I really hope that this game does end up being really good. So either way, I should just be quiet right now. This video has gone on long enough. If you stuck through the entire video, make sure you leave a like, and of course subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more Call of Duty videos every single day, and I shall catch you guys later.